It is indeed possible. You see, oil is, I think. Now I'm gonna have to pause it here because a lot of things are going to be happening while I'm researching something, or rather, I'm going to slow it down. Oil, refinement, oil refinery. Crude oil, 10 kilos goes in, 5 kilos of petroleum comes out. In exchange for 480 watts of power. Also 90 grams of natural gas, which is not something to be sniffed at. Like literally, it probably smells horrible. But and quite a lot of heat. Well, yeah, that's understandable. Now, that would produce, so it's 420 per second for 5 kilos of petroleum, assuming you can get 10 kilos of oil. This can accept 2 kilos of combustible liquid, so it's petroleum in this case, and produces 2 kilowatts. Okay, so it massively outproduces. That's fine. All right. Massive amount of heat as well. So that's 30,000 DTUs in total per second being produced by this. It also produces 750 grams of water and 500 grams of carbon dioxide. So it almost produces... Aha, that's interesting. That's very interesting. It almost produces a kilo of water for every 2 kilos of petroleum that goes in, which is every 4 kilos of oil that goes in. It almost gives you back 1/4 weight in water of oil that you use. Okay, that's interesting. Is it possible to transfer heat into a closed-off and well-insulated area? It is, yeah. Flying Lima Beans, thank you for providing sparkling conversation, caffeine addiction, efficient meat harvesting techniques, and more. While I quilted this evening, rolling off to snooze, and hope you all have a lovely rest of the stream. Oh, take care. I'm glad you enjoyed your stay whilst you were quilting. Hopefully we will see the product of your effort on Discord in the Gallery of Wonders at some point. But so I would need a place to gather the water. Now the water would come out at what? I imagine whatever temperature the building was at, I'm guessing. The natural gas will rise above CO2, where it would be able to be caught by a gas hood, much in the same way that we use a hydrogen hood for our electrolyzer setup. And that could be fed into a natural gas power plant. Okay. Takes 90 grams a second and produces 67.5 grams of polluted water and carbon dioxide as well. But it produces the carbon dioxide as in an output pipe. Yeah, okay. So, we could even turn this into a bit of a power generation area. If we had a slickster setup over here, consuming the CO2 which we're producing in abundance. I mean, it's cold CO2. This is the problem. The slickster's like hot. Slickster's like very, very hot, actually. I mean... Because if you make a slickster cold, I believe you get a long hair slickster. So your slickster's comfortable range is 50 to 140. Keep it within that sort of range, and you're going to get a slickster. Go above 100, and you're going to get a molten slickster eventually, which is comfortable from 90 to 250. But a long hair is 10 to 70. If you're below a certain point, you'll create a long hair slickster. Now, the problem with a long hair slickster is they consume, and they just consume. They do not produce anything. They just eat oxygen. That's it. They are, however, utterly beautiful. And if you've got them in your base, people are going to be super, super happy. So if not ginger tea, what is your beverage at the moment? Ginger beer. Mortis. Hello. Hello, everyone. Enjoying your stream. I have to go and get some food before my wife wakes up. I fear no man, but hungry women scare me. I hope that was a reference to the Meet the Heavy. Meet the Pyro. That was awesome. Yeah, we don't want a cold slickster. This is an absolute. But would the heat being generated by our power plants be sufficient enough for us to end up with warm slicksters? Because I can only assume that that's producing carbon dioxide, and that's going to be warm carbon dioxide. And petroleum power plants produces carbon dioxide. Does it need a... No, but it just produces it into its immediate area. But that's going to be hot as well. It doesn't need a gas output point. I'm starting to form a plan, everyone. Okay. Time for us to start using copper for more things. Let's make it easier for our duplicants not to get their feet wet. Let's start with that. That seems like a good starting point for this plan. We are going to have petroleum generator. I'm going to have to research it first. There we are. Oil refinery, petroleum and natural gas. Let's go for those. The oil refinery will take from the slicksters, and we'll use that to produce more oil, but we'll also draw that from other locations, because we've got oil all over the place down here, and I just need to filter it, basically. Got leaky oil fishes, which I believe need a pump. Refinement? Nope. Utility? Nope. Plumbing? Nope. Let's go back into research. We need an oil... Oh, an oil refiner. Sorry. No, that refines it. How do you pump it out? If indeed there is a building for it, I don't know. No. Is there a building for this? It might not be. Mum bought 3 different ginger teas this week and has tried none of them. That is sacrilege. Sacrilege! Good night, Frere. It's 1 AM here, and I should really get some sleep. After what we discussed earlier. Yeah, that makes sense. Absolutely. Hey, Akasa! Oh, I did forget you had work today. Oops. My bad. I send her a message. Dunk. Okay, so how does one extract the oil? I'm missing something, clearly. I'd have thought it would have been around here. Ore scrubber, salinator. No. A liquid pump, really? I can't imagine that's how you get oil. Maybe you're right, though. But I would have assumed it would have been a building of some sort. Oh, yeah, here we are. Oil well. Extract crude oil using clean water. Must be built atop an oil reservoir. The bonk. There we go. So we need both of those. Okay, well, we're waiting for that then. We got a few of these. How much you can get from it, though, I don't know. Produces 3 3 1/3 kilos a second in exchange for 1 kilo a second of water. Now, does it just straight up use the water? Because that's rough. That's super rough, actually. At that point, we're going to need to get into this water geyser rather quickly. That being said, we've got a leaky oil fissure up here. Eruption period, 600 seconds, every 600 seconds, but we don't know how long that lasts for. But that's going to produce stupidly high amounts of heat. Enjoy your work, sweetheart. Okay, well, we're waiting on research no matter what we're doing. Right now. Yes, we could go ahead and continue working on the Draklets. The atmosphere is too... oh, wow. Ah, damn it, the body temperature got too high and now there's too much CO2 in there. So on second thoughts, cancel that. Indeed, no longer have any critters in here and wrangle the ones we've got. Is this ready enough? It is not really, no. Okay, let's get that removed. I mean, the water is going to be cooling this down, but it's going to be very slow about it. We're going to have to sit on that, accepting those slicksters for now. Unless I can see some around the map. Which I might. Yeah, there's one. Okay, since there are already slicksters, we could just use them to build up the population. Sure. Okay, so we're going to have to get into that anyway. So, given that, let's go ahead and accept the copper, because that means we're going to be able to build this stuff a little bit faster. We've already got all of that done, it seems. Excellent work. Oh, Jade Panda, I'm really glad to hear that. Very glad to hear that. Any particular games in that you enjoyed my coverage of? Or just in general? I mean, this area is going to get colder and colder and colder as long as this is being used. But, in fact, I'm going to pop that up to an 8. I want someone using this as often as possible. Let's get this place cooled down, people. And while we're waiting for that, I'm going to be crazy about this. We have got more than enough ice blocks. I can just keep building ice sculptures in here to cool the place down. I could do that instead of using the icy fan, honestly. Because that's 400 kilos of ice. That's a lot of thermal energy. That's an awful lot of potential thermal energy there. That we can use to rapidly cool this area. The entire reason you got into remote. Oh, that's awesome. Project High Rise is the one I love. There's a few others I still need to play. Oh, that's fantastic. I really, really enjoyed Project High Rise. Still do, actually. Occasionally, I'll just play it for myself. Now this much ice, I mean, it's going to warm up quickly. But it's going to suck so much thermal energy out of this area in order to do that. As you can see, temperature is already rising. But it is going to aggressively cool this area. And then when that's done, I'm just going to build another one. That's a very good point, actually. Yeah, insulating the Draco area would be a good move. It frustrates me that I've got this offset now, but, well. What can you do? It's already minus 22. It's a hatch. How marvelous. I like it. It's quaint. Now that will start to pull this temperature down around it. As you can see, the CO2 there is already 57 degrees instead of the 62 or so that it was before. I mean, as the gases are moving around, it's all balancing, but as we get this area insulated, there's going to be far, far less transfer of new heat into the area, so it's going to be a big thing for us. I can even do the same up here if I particularly wanted to. I see no special reason not to. Let's get another 2 ice sculptures. Again, we've got humongous amounts of ice, so there's no reason not to. But it's already minus 18 degrees. It's not going to take long for that to melt. But that'll still dump a bunch of 0.6 degree, or was it minus 6 degree that it melts at? Minus 0.6 degree water into the area. So either way, there's going to be a lot of energy pulled out of this air. A lot of energy pulled out of it. RimWorld is a fantastic game. I absolutely adore it, yeah. You may be questioning the usefulness of insulating an area where I'm actively letting people move through, and you would be right to do so. Yeah, not my smartest move. This part, though, I will open up. And then I'll just remove these doors over time and replace them with walls. And that will heavily insulate it. Because I don't want to stop the atmosphere from getting in realistically. But we will, because we're growing plants in here, I'll probably replace this with a manual airlock. cancel that for now. Just so they can get back and forth. How hot is it? Oh, it's not long before that melts. Right. I fear I may have to start insisting that my duplicants get work done. There's a lot of jobs that they're currently being sidetracked by. Say everything up here is now a 4. We'll finish off the stairs though. Tyron Red Eagle, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime sub. You only have one of you to use, and you decided to use it here. How very kind of you. Thank you so much. I can't replace the doors with more storage because this is an exact room. If I show you now, it's exactly 96 tiles, which is the maximum this can be. If I replace the doors with the storage, then the space that the storages take up would be an extra 2 tiles per storage, unfortunately. Well, that would have been a really good way of using that space, though. I've got to be honest, that's actually quite a good suggestion. If I could have, I would definitely have used that. Keeps it getting hot in here, but it's about to get really cold. Yeah, you're going to be a problem for people sleeping in there, so I kind of need to remove you. I am so sorry, little shine bug. I'm super sad about this, but you can't be allowed in these rooms. For that reason, I am going to close these doors to prevent any further shine bugs getting in. The only issue is that shine bugs in general will still shine light through the doors, but at least they won't get in there. We'll see how that works for now. Hopefully it will work well, but we'll see. How long until this melts? Very soon. Once its temperature is dropped to half of its current, or more or less, and that's going to be that. I've presently given them... Oh, my lord. I gave them 8s on this? Well, no wonder they're not doing any other bloody work. But there it goes. All that cold water is getting very hot very quickly. It is leaching the heat out of the surrounding tiles very effectively. You can see the differences now. But this is warm water, so we do need to get it bottled as a fairly high priority because, yeah, that water's already 49 degrees. Plus side, though. Mediocre ice sculpture. That's already at 16 degrees. This is already now down to minus 24. It's going to keep getting worse and worse and worse as time goes on. It does suck, but there's not a lot we can do. Oh, there are opaque doors. There's the manual airlocks. So these. Right, what we got? Some mirthleaf seeds. Oh, no, we're good with mirthleaf. I thought that was buddy bud, actually. Allergic floral scent, no. Cannot do cooking errands. Maybe. Mouth breather, bottomless stomach. Absolutely, 100% no. I'm not particularly taken by Stinky, so we are going to be super picky on the next duplicant. For it to be worth them joining us, we're going to be super picky. But this is all going to be pulling the temperature down just a little bit more each time. So this has pulled the overall, the average temperature along the towards the bottom of this room down by, in places, as much as like 5-6 degrees. That's a lot. And it has absorbed an enormous amount of heat out of the sandstone as well. Like a staggering amount of heat got absorbed from that. Let me have a look at our overall heat kaleidoscope going on. How beautiful. Good enough for now. But I do want this done as something of a priority. I don't want it done on a 5 at the very least. So let's try to get all that done if we can. Now, you'll notice that this is not interacting with the temperature of the tiles that it's built on, but once it turns to water, it'll very aggressively do that. Food has decayed? Oh, right, yeah. That can't be allowed to happen again. That shocked me there for a second. What's the massively hot thing at the top? Regolith. Space rock. Quite a lot of this regolith, you can tell from the crack marks, was deposited here by meteors. I mean, it's hot in direct sunlight anyway. Those, I mean, heat is perhaps a... I mean, you're getting radiated, but the meteorites deposit extremely hot material. It's less so down here. Probably down to 7. Let's get another one going. Yeah, this is much nicer now. We've pulled it down below 60 degrees, almost, well, almost through the entire room. Still got a little bit of work to go, but... Wow, Annie. Wasn't expecting anything lewd out of you. My goodness. Shameful. I know, Bilal. Poor on Anne. She's like, what? But what? No. Blame Bilal. Right. We've got not long before that one melts, and very not long before this one does. Okay. So, what are all my dupes and what are they doing? Okay, body temperature's starting to get up again. Probably want to get an icy fan going. No, I really want to just finish the work to get our aquatune going before anything else. And now we can. So, first and foremost, plonk this there. Now, we're going to need conductive wire for this, which is unfortunate, because it's bloody expensive stuff. But it is less expensive than making heavy wire go this entire route. Yikes. I need more copper. I was not expecting that. No power? What? Oh dear, what have I disconnected? Huh. Why is that not receiving power? Really? Oh no. Yeah, it is actually flooded. Damn. How did that happen?